Kalos. So what if his journey ended in Kalos? That see, you watched the X and Y anime a lot more than I did,
Yeah.
and so I know a lot about. Well, I know. Let's see. His companions were Serena, Amor shipping, Clement, Bonnie, just those three, right?
His brother, her brother. What's his
Yeah,
name, brother?
Clement.
Clement. Yeah,
Clement.
those are the
I
three.
said Clement.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah,
three.
Clement, Bonnie, and Serena. It's just like I just it was really weird that they did the they just kind of self-insert like or not inserted Serena as like oh the quote unquote childhood friend.
Hmm.
I was just like um I don't know like Ash had been like 10 or I don't know how you think it's fair to say Ash is like 12 or like 13 at this point like I don't
Probably.
think he
Probably was even
considered
younger.
10 anymore. True. It's just like I don't know because if you look at Hoenn Ash, Sinnoh Ash, and then Kalos Ash, he looks older
Yeah.
for sure. But then you look at but then like Black and White Ash, he like went young again, low key.
Yeah.
But anyways, so with Kalos, his team consisted of well Pikachu, Noivern, which
Wyvern.
is that's pretty good. Halucha, pretty good. Talonflame, and then his Ash Greninja and his Gudra.
Yeah. Fully
Um,
evolved team too.
fully evolved team, yeah. Um, and not my favorite pseudo legendary, but pseudo legendary nonetheless. Um, although I was expecting him to have maybe I don't know a little bit more variety. I mean, he had you know three Pokemon that could fly, two
Yeah.
dragon types, two flying types. I just I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, it was a solid team. Don't get me wrong, but it was just too weak to well, ice, rock. Like when four of them or three of them, excuse me, can fly. But I don't know if I could say that this team would have been able to absolutely demolish his Sinnoh team. But do you think it would have stood a better chance against Tobias?
Uh I think with anything with Tobias comes out, they're probably both gonna be wrecked. But this team's
That's true.
probably just I don't want to. I want to say a little bit stronger than Sinnoh team. But it probably would have the same outcome because let's say they did beat Latios, right? Or Latios. What's the
Right.
third one going to be? It's probably going to be another legendary.
Probably
And that time he
legendary.
probably drained about 4 Pokemon already. I know this team's better kind of now, but I don't think he's going to beat like 6 legendary straight.
Right, like think about this. Like how let's see, to beat Darkrai, I would say that he would probably burn like maybe three Pokemon. And then Latios, probably a Pokemon and a half. Like Gudra would probably do all the work and maybe like have Noivern finish it off. But
Yeah.
then like you have four more Pokemon. We have which is actually pretty frustrating that we have no idea what they were. Like it's just like Tobias is known as the dude who just beat Ash with two legendaries that he pulled out of his ass.
Hmm.
I don't like because the idea of legendary Pokemon is that you know they're rare, like beyond rare. They're almost like godlike and extremely difficult to find, tame, capture, all of that. And the fact that they chose they happen to give him two Pokemon that are part of a pair, right?
Hmm.
And just based on like the way it is, I think it might be fair to say he might have the other half of the pair. He had Latios, maybe he had Latios. He had Darkrai, he probably caught Cresselia too. And then the last two, who knows what it could have been? It could have been like it could have been the legendary birds. Well, no, actually, that's a lie. Brandon has those. That's a lie.
Mm,
Um, and speaking of, why the hell does Brandon have the legendary Pokemon too?
yeah.
Like has the three Reggies and then has uh Articuno. Hell, now that I think about it, what's that? Annabeth? Annabelle?
Annabeth.
The
Oh, I know each other.
yeah. She had a Raikou. Why? He's just like, oh yeah, I just went to the Johto region, bought myself this boy. So I don't know. I feel like that's one thing with the Pokemon anime. They don't explain, like they hype up legendaries very much so, but like they decided to just give it to people
Mm.
like no reason. Like at least with Go, Suicune chose him for the most part. Like uh but I mean that's like Suicune's like shtick. Like that's his whole thing. So I don't
Yeah.
let's see, because how did Kalos actually end? So, like, they said their goodbyes. Serena like kissed them.
Mm-hmm.
They waved, and they all went their separate ways.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Ash went back to Kanto. What did Clement and Bonnie do? They just went back
They
to.
probably went back home, to be
They went
honest.
back home. And
Yeah.
then where did Serena? Did Serena go on a journey
She
or
goes.
something?
She went to Hoenn to do something. I think she probably did
Become-
more of her contest thing or something.
Dude, I actually got really tired of that. May, Dawn, and fucking Serena
Yeah.
becoming coordinators. I was just like, couldn't they just do like a manga and just have a male dude become a like Ruby, and just have them become a coordinator? Like they are just as capable of fighting for the gym badges. You know what? They probably should like they should actually legit. Well, actually, no, that might actually detract from Ash, but I do think that maybe they should have multiple people going after the gyms and doing the gym challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and have them as the focus because it's worked before, and if you look at, I think the Sword and Shield manga,
Mm-hmm.
both the main characters are doing the gym challenge, and they're like trying to get the badges. So like it can work. You just have to make it work. I just
Yeah.
I don't know. How was Team Flare in the anime? I mean I know how they are in the game, but how were they as an evil group in the
And honestly, Team
anime?
Flare wasn't. It wasn't like it's okay of a group. They didn't really do much until literally like after the battle with Ash and Alon. Like that was when like they really did something because they were trying to capture what was that Pokemon from
Xerneas?
Xerneas. They're
Or
just capturing. They're trying to capture Xerneas near the end of the after the Pokemon League. That was really when they actually did something. But in the whole series, I don't think they did too much until that final part where everybody really came together to try to stop Xerneas from destroying the Kalos League.
oh, what about Yveltal? Did Yveltal show up?
They probably did for a quick second, but it was
What
mostly
about
trying to
Zygarde?
stop. But yeah.
What about Zygarde? Did Zygarde show up?
Oh yeah, Zygarde. Did he show up? I don't remember. Is Zygarde the one that looks like Cell?
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
cells and stuff.
he was the one the guy was capturing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
near the end, and then like because I think Alon was actually working with the leader of Team Flare. I don't remember why, but I remember he was working with them, and then he switched sides.
Bro. Wait, then was Malva still Elite Four member, part of Team Flare? Did they keep that up? Because did you read the X and Y manga?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, well, like if you remember, Team Flare had taken over the media, right? So like they had basically like controlled all the information, which made them super dangerous and good.
Mhm.
And like how even the champion and the other Elite Four members were struggling to keep an eye on their fellow member. So like I was just wondering, like how is it that like the evil teams inside the animes just don't feel that threat? Like, I'm gonna jump back to Sinnoh. Team Galactic actually made it. They actually made it to the spear pillar and did all that stuff. I think Cyrus like dies at the end though. Uh, he like jumps through the
portal. Yeah, he jumps through the portal.
yeah, the portal and just like never seen again. And then like the commanders are like arrested or whatever. But then like, and then what was it? You and like you said, like Team Flare wasn't really doing much of anything until after the league, and I'm just like, the last time someone did that, like, what was it? They did that in Gen 5, but in the game, where you fight and after you beat the Elite Four, all that stuff. That's when the main stuff happens. But I don't know, man. At this point, a new character would definitely help. But I've heard good things about the Sun and Moon and the Journeys anime. I'm kind of tired of the Pokemon anime at this point. I really stopped watching after Sinnoh.
Yeah.
Like, I know you hyped up the X and Y series for me, and like I do believe you. I just can't bring myself to watch it just because I'm kind of tired of Ash.
Yeah. So I think the whole problem was like everybody says like, oh, XYZ form Ash is arguably the best Ash, which I can see that. But it's just like with XYZ, it just didn't give me that hype that Sinnoh gave me. Though maybe I'm probably older, but like just Sinnoh gave me more out of what Ash did as a person and as a trainer than what XYZ did. I know he made it further into the league, but I feel like he accomplished more and had more of a legacy in Sinnoh.
Right, just because with the people in Sinnoh, there were even like parts where everyone was like looking on the screen, like they had cameos of old characters like watching, like him like challenging the league and stuff, which was really nice, and like even characters like do you remember Tracy from the Orange Islands?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Dude, I know. I was just like, who the heck? But yeah, Tracy of all people. I could not believe like Tracy was a thing. I didn't hate Tracy. He was just kind of there. I don't know. He was kind of like shoehorned into the series for me.
I felt like he was just there just to replace Brock, and I don't think it worked out very well.
That's all he was.
Yeah.
And then wait, did Tracy go to Johto?
Yeah.
Oh, Tracy was the Johto.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I look, the Orange Island was probably the arc that I watched the most, mostly because I had owned the DVDs for it. And even though it was a filler arc, that was the first time Ash became a champion, and it was great because you were riding off the high, the fact that he had lost at the Indigo League, but then kind of redeemed himself and won at the Orange League. I mean, he beat down a Dragonite. So that was like the Orange League, the Orange Islands were probably the Orange Archipelago and all that. One of my favorite part of the anime. And then and really even though I was a kid, at the time, and it was a bias, but again, Sinnoh was where I remember yeah, I'm happy where it is. I mean, I remember seeing it, watching it at Saturday morning or before school, eating cereal at the table. I remember bopping and singing the openings because those were low-key bops. I mean, from the beginning to Sinnoh, And I think Sinnoh or like Ash was still a bit of a savage. Like nowadays, he doesn't really have that same like sarcastic like comments. But like, yeah, I do like think that from the golden era was from the start of his journey to the end of Sinnoh. Period.
Yeah, I believe that. I just think that I don't know, with the whole him continuing on right now, it's just like I don't really feel it. I really do think like probably the point where I wanted to end, like I think Kalos was probably like, okay, this is it. Like I'm satisfied if he ends right here. I don't want any more of Ash, honestly. Yeah, so I just think like when I was reviewing the whole like thing in my head, I was like, okay, Sinnoh was probably the perfect place for him to end. Kalos, that's also good. But I think anything after Kalos is like, okay, now it's just like he's getting younger and like I don't find anything interesting about like him moving on anymore. So I mean that's all my ending thoughts. Do you have any thoughts on
I guess I will say, to his credit, I didn't actually finish the black and white anime. Okay, so I'm like kind of ragging on it, but while I was watching it, and I watched like at least like at least half of it, I just couldn't find myself to like enjoy it. Like I was really hyped seeing Zekrom in like the first couple episodes, and then like, oh yeah, by the way, Zekrom's like basically reset Pikachu to level 1. I'm just like, that's fucking bullshit, and you know it. That Pikachu should be overpowered as fuck.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have had more fun watching Pikachu just sweeping the entire fucking Univalley. It would have been so much better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, I think that's it for me too. I think my standpoint still stands like it's just like ending should have been Kalos at best, and everything else I didn't really feel like it offered much.
Yeah.
Okay then, that is all.